What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm and Farming Simulator 15. So you can see, it's about 5 minutes of 10 here in Old Ridge. The hail hasn't started yet. It's starting to get a little cloudy, and you can feel the weather in the air. It's getting really sticky. You could definitely tell something is coming. So what I've been doing for the last about hour or so is I've had the boys down here, Perry and Phil, hooked up to tippers, and I've been loading up the beets that we field dumped from our harvest. There's not all that many left. I've got Perry here on the big case with the Yoskin tipper, and I've got Phil on the other case with the Stewart. I don't normally like to use the Stewart for things like beets and things like that because of the dirt, you know. And then you get grain in it, you get dirt mixed in with your grain. That's not good. But I'm kind of in a hurry here. I want to get this done and get on the potatoes before the hail comes. So I have really no choice. We'll just give it a good wash afterwards. So anyway, I'm going to hop into the JCB here and get that fired up. And you can see we have our beet bucket on the front here. I bought this beet bucket quite a while ago at an agricultural show. You know, I realize I do a lot of beets, and beets being sort of a high bulk item, it's nice to have a bigger bucket that holds more. You know, they're not particularly heavy when you get a full load, but they're heavy enough that they can put a beet on a regular bucket. So I decided it was time to pick up a beet bucket, and I ordered this a while ago, like I said, at an agricultural show, and it finally showed up. Just about perfect timing, I would think. So, all right, you know what? To avoid having to mess around too much, I'm going to do this out of the cab. It would be helpful if I filled it all the way up, though, BP. Am I dumping them? I'm dumping them, aren't I? Oh, that would be why. That would be why. Let's try filling it up. Let's try that. There we go. I don't know what I was doing right there. Screwing around as usual. Uh-oh. Yep, my potato harvester is over at Chad's, at the dealer, waiting to be, no. Waiting to be, picked up. So, this camera on this thing is such a pain in the ass. I always forget it's there, you know. I also recently installed the SOB, some old bloke's corrected front loader script. You know, the script that puts the front loader, that makes the front loader move the way it's supposed to move, like it would in real life. And now I've got to get used to that because I'm so used to it being inverted. I've been using it for so long that now I'm like, oh no, it goes the other way. So one more thing to get used to. You can see we have $67,000. I just need to put the boom out a little bit here because it's going to take forever to dump otherwise. We have $67,740. We're making a little money off the beets, you know. Not a ton, not a bunch of money, but enough, I think. So any money is good money, right? You can see I've got Soil Mod back. Basically, all I did was I went in and I took the two-layer GRLE file. Stop trying to say that word, BP. Out of a previous save game, a save game that, you know, was about. I'm always going to do that. Save game is about a week old, and put it back in this save game. So, hence why you see some fertilizer in the field. You know what? That's okay. We'll cultivate that in. Not a big deal. My main concern is that I had soil moisture and, you know, and all that back in my fields. Really? How high do I have to lift this thing? It's another one of those tippers with the weird sides, you know. I don't believe the sides even change on this tipper, but there's an odd collision on some of these tippers, so I occasionally hit it. But I don't know when this weather's supposed to start. I can't get a definitive time on when it's supposed to start, but it is going to start, and I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be loading beets or harvesting potatoes or any of that when that happens, so trying to get as much stuff done as possible. And obviously, too, you know, it's really, really warm, and, you know, luckily the sun isn't completely beating on this pile of beets right now, so it's not super hot, but it's warm enough. So, and obviously, you know, every time they go over there, every time they go over to British Sugar, you know, one of their guys is sticking a beet or two, you know, to check the temperature. So, oh, here comes Phil now. I may not need him. I may be able to get all of this in to this tipper, but we'll see. Ended up with about 93,000 pounds, so not too shabby, or 93,000 kilos, I should say. About 93 tons. I was shooting for 100, but I'll take, that was close enough, so. I actually tried to record this yesterday. Today is Friday. You guys will see this on Saturday. I tried to record this on Thursday, but my throat gave out right in the middle of it. I could feel it starting to go away, and I was drinking water and trying to keep it, lubricated and whatnot. But it just was fading and fading and fading, and finally, it just went away completely, and I couldn't do anything about it. I kind of had to wait for it to come back, and so. But just as well, obviously unloading a massive pile of beats here could be a little boring after a while. So this way, it's not going to be too boring. It won't take too long. Hopefully, we'll be able to go pick up my potato harvester and at least get started with that. One of the kind of unfortunate things, it's sort of a side effect of my health lately, is that, because I couldn't record for over a week, I was getting annoyed, and I was like, I want to play something. And unfortunately, generally, when I want to play Farm Sim, I want to play on Old Ridge. So I did quite a bit of work off screen that I probably should have saved to do, to record it. But, I wanted to play, and I wanted to play on Old Ridge, and stuff needed to be done, and, so. But don't worry, it'll all come back around again. It's all a big cycle, as you guys know, so. I need to put this boom out even further. This is a big tipper. It's a tall tipper is what it is. It holds quite a bit, which is good, Little annoying sometimes to unload to get it just so, but. Because technically you don't want to be going into a pile of something with the boom extended, but like I said, I'm in a little bit of a rush, so I don't want to lose all these beats. Because if I can't sell them, really the only other thing I could do with them is, well, I don't know what I could do with them, actually. I can't really shred them up and feed them to my animals because I don't have any equipment to do that with. So that's going to catch me out for a month now until I get used to the fact that it wants to go the opposite way of the way that I'm used to. One good thing about this bucket, it does have a little bit of a straining capacity, a little bit of a sifting capacity where it'll actually sift out some of the dirt, because basically what happens is when you go into British Sugar, they're paying you for the beats, not for the dirt, So they weigh the tipper, they weigh the beat load in it. They weigh you afterwards after you dump and they put your dirt back in your tipper, and they subtract the weight of the dirt from whatever they got for the weight of the beats, and that's what they pay you. So the less dirt we can send to British Sugar, the better. Yeah, it's funny. My tongue feels pretty good. My throat feels pretty good today, but my tongue is driving me crazy. So I can't really win. It's just one of those things. I guess it's just going to be the way it is from now on. Until somebody somewhere gets around to telling me what's going on. Still waiting for some answers, That's okay. Not going to stop me from making videos and, playing games and hanging out with my friends. So, because that's how I see this. You guys come visit me on Old Ridge, and hang out, and we get some work done, and we have some fun, and that's all that matters. So. Up. He should be pretty close to full, I think. Guess we'll find out when he pulls away, right? One thing about the Yoskin is it's got a weight monitor in it. It knows how much it weighs. So, and we can set that to how much weight we want to put in it and how much weight we can legally take down the road and all that. And when it gets to that point, it'll beep. So. Try to load it somewhat evenly, although that's not really my strong point. You can ask these guys; they know that. They're like, oh, you know, it's always fun when the boss loads a tipper and it ends up, you know, shifting all over the place as we're going down the road. Oh, that's going to be close. That's going to be close. Do you want to take that load, Perry, or do you want me to put 8 more beats in there? I guess you want me to put 8 more beats in there. Because oh, no, they're going to go. Very good. Have fun. Have at it. It's a pretty good haul from here down to British Sugar, but, and the funny thing is with the Yoskin tipper is I was, you know, obviously we've been sort of relay loading like this, you know, for the last few hours. And I was over here having a bit of a break, and, I get a phone call saying, hey, you know, I'm stuck down here. I hit I hit a tree branch. I'm like, oh, really? So we had to go down and do some tree trimming, some emergency tree trimming, and some emergency tree branch clearing out of the road. So, always fun. That is going to... how long is it going to take me? I'm almost tempted to take that script out because I'm so used to it the other way, you know? Down. Thank you. I'd be ruined in a real loader, you know, if I had to go operate a real loader now because I'm so used to farm sim and its, you know, wonky way of running loaders that I'd be like, there's something wrong with the loader. It doesn't work right. A little bit of lag right here for the simple fact that I have so much, you know, there's a lot of textures going on over here now since I sort of fixed soil mod, but it's not awful. And we'll be on the potatoes before long, so just got to decide what tractor I want to use. Probably going to use the big case, I would think. I mean, the Puma has no trouble with running a topper and a harvester at the same time, but I think I will run the, I will use the bigger case just so I can maybe do it a bit. I mean, you can only go so fast. Whoops, edge. Edge. You can only go so fast anyway, otherwise it won't lift, you know. It'll just skip over the top of the potatoes and make a big mess. You basically end up making potato chips in your field, you know. We don't want that, so... Then when this weather starts, I guess, I don't know, we'll have to wait, see how long it's going to last, see what it's going to do and all that, and then we can make a decision on what we do for the rest of the day. Hopefully we don't lose the whole day, but I have a feeling we're probably gonna, because this weather is just, I mean, you can feel it coming, you know? At least I can feel it coming anyway. I got a little bit left. And we will send Phil on his way. Wait for Perry to come back. And I will go get the potato harvester. Someday I'm going to get my joystick set up, my flight stick set up, so I can actually use it. You know, the problem is that it's got a throttle and a stick, you know, the actual control stick, as most flight sticks do. But there's not enough cable between them to really separate them the way I would like to separate them, you know. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to build some kind of extension off my computer desk to accommodate that thing, I guess. All right. Off you go. I'm going to have to send him because he's not going to know to go, obviously. Pull that in. Lower that. Nope, turn it up. See? It's going to catch me out every single time. All right, off with you. we will jump out and go move this. I'll just park this over the main farm for now, just to get it off the field, and jump in the cab now. Once Perry comes back, I will grab the big case. Although, I wonder, actually, if I shouldn't use... Should I use the JCB, actually? You know what? Yeah, maybe we'll use the JCB, and I will use the big case and the Yoskin for the tipper. Because that tipper is pretty heavy, so, and the big case kind of handles it a little better than the Puma does, so. Yeah, we'll do that. So I will just park this over here. I got to wash off the beet harvester before I return that, but that's not a big rush. So turn off that. Now, where is the JCB? That's the question. Nope, he's dumping. Very good. Making us some money. You can see one big change that I've done to the map already. I got rid of that big sort of tower and all that thing. I just wasn't happy with it. I think it would be cool if it was animated, and if I knew how to animate it, I would have. But because it just sort of sat there, it looked kind of weird. I still have some groundwork to do, as you can see. So I got rid of it and just put a regular dump point down there, which I like a little better, you know? Okay. Not sure where my JCB actually is. Well, not that one. That belongs to... Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, here's another thing I picked up. I got this at the same time I got that beet bucket at the agricultural show. This here is a portable storage tank. You guys know I've been having a bit of an issue with liquid manure because I've had so much of it. But these things are awesome. They're not very expensive. They're portable. They're heavy when they're full. I'll give you that. It takes the big Puma to pull one of these with any sort of speed. But the cool thing about these is, you know, you can fill them up. You can leave them sit here. You know, use them when you need to. And if you have a powerful enough tractor, you can bring them out to your fields where you're slurrying. So, which is very, very nice. Okay. Anyway, let's get in this. This needs fuel. Of course it does. Where is he slipping? What is he slipping on? Now, what means you want to go over there? Just makes you wonder, doesn't it? Every so often, Courseplay will do something like that and make you go, what? Where are you going? Can you go now? Thank you. Like, what were you doing? You turned that corner, and you couldn't figure out what to do, so you drove into a tree? Okay. Very good. Oh, you know why? Because he's going way too fast. That's why. Yep. See? He spins out, and he goes too fast, and he doesn't know what to do with himself. So, we got to slow you right down, and you're going to drive into that now. Yep. Awesome. Could you stop so you don't get completely wedged in there? Thank you. I mean, I get it. I understand it was my own fault for setting Courseplay to go too fast, but... Okay. Can you go now without a lot of silliness by any chance? You're still going too fast. Still too fast. We're going to slow you down some more. Okay, you should be able to handle 15 now, I hope. Without, you know, driving off the bridge and all that. Oh, boys, you're killing me here. Okay, back into the JCB. And... I should go fill this up with fuel first. I think I'll do that. I have to run over to the gas station and fill this up. Why to the gas station, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. Because I have my fuel tank that was on my main farm. As you guys know, this farm was fairly old when I bought it. And a lot of the equipment on it had been around for a very long time. I don't think I have my my beacons on. I do now. And it gets inspected. They inspect it every year. And I just recently had all my tanks and everything inspected. And there was some concern about my fuel tank. It wasn't leaking, per se. But it was rusting in some spots. And there was some scaling in some spots that made the inspector a little nervous. So I decided on my own to not use it anymore until I can get a new one. So, and that's going to have to wait, obviously. So, for now on, for now, I have to run down to the petrol station over here, the petrol. That's what I get for trying to sound British, right? The petrol station, and fill up, so. which is both far more expensive and far cheaper, which is weird, I realize, but it's really not when you think about it. It's cheaper in the fact that I'm not buying, 2,000 gallons of diesel at one time. But it's more expensive in the long run because I have to buy diesel from a place that's not giving me a bulk discount. So I believe the tank on this is on this side, is it not? Nope, it's on that side. Okay. Very good. Got to turn around. Shut you off. Nope, shut you off. Can you tell I was playing Euro Truck a minute ago? Hitting E to shut the tractor off. Oh, you know why all his diffs are on? Because he was... Can we switch to that, please? Because he was hauling that big portable slurry tanker, sorry. Tongue, what can I do? I made the money, and now it's gone. I mean, that's just the life of a farmer, right? The minute you get $1, you got to spend 5 somewhere else. It's just how it works out. Gotta have fuel, though. Gotta have it. Okay, very good. All right, back to the shop, and we'll go get our potato harvester, and at least get started with that. I also have barley that needs to come up, but I can't do anything with that. I do not want to be out in that field when the hail comes, just losing bushels and bushels and bushels of grain. So hopefully it won't be this super violent hail, where it comes down at 1,000 miles an hour and it's, the size of a bowling ball and it knocks everything down. And we'll be able to pick up on the barley harvest tomorrow, hopefully. Which way do I want to go in? I guess I'll go in the back way over here. This way here? Yeah, we'll go in this way. There it is. Oh, there's the tree planter, too. They did say they were dropping that off. Well, you know what? As much as I want to help them out, because obviously it's all money, right? That's going to have to wait. I have stuff of my own that needs to be done before I deal with that. So, now, these boys always push this stuff up too far. I'm glad that they, they get it delivered and get it all, sort of checked over and everything before I come pick it up. But I wish they pushed it back a little bit. Makes it a little difficult to hook up to. Okay. Now, can I back this up? And get it out of here? Because I still got to go pick up the topper yet. Oh, you know what? Oh, I'll get those two afterwards. They could just kind of hang out for now. Got some maintenance-y stuff around the farm that could use to be done, so. Alright, how's this thing doing? Just fine. As long as I don't get stuck under any trees, I'll be alright. Yeah, it's funny, I get the phone call. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm stuck. I got the tipper stuck on a tree over here, and you got the chainsaw. I'm like, oh, yes, I do. Yep, I'll be right along. Obviously, we don't keep chainsaws in all our tractors, That would be silly and expensive. So. Potato harvester is a little heavier than I think it was listed in the equipment brochure, or the equipment catalog, I should say, from the place I rented it from, but that's okay. I don't think the JCB is going to have that much of an issue with it, so. If I was smart, I would leave this over here and go get the topper, because obviously I'm not going to try to maneuver this thing around in the sheds where the topper is, so we will just park this here. And I will go get the topper. Gotta take the weight off, too. There's the topper. Put the weight right there. That'll work. And you want to look where you're going, BP, so you don't smash into the poles. Okay, very good. Now, back up. Back up again. Nope. Came in at that too sharp. Okay. Now, what I want to do is, I want to get these two, you can just shut off. And hang out. I won't probably need that course again. Oh, I might, but I can always make it again. So I'm not going to bother saving. Oh, no, I did save it anyway. Never mind. All right, very good. You guys all set now? Yes, you are. Now we can get back into the... as we tab right past it. Come on. There we go. Back into the JCB. Now, am I going to be able to make this turn? I bet I'm not. I bet I'm way too ambitious here. No, maybe. Maybe. Just. Yep. Very good. Off to field 10. Get started on these potatoes. Once I start seeing it getting dark and everything and the wind kicks up, because this is the scary bit. It's very warm and it's very calm. There's not a lot of wind right now. You would expect there to be a lot of wind with this big storm that's coming, but apparently all the wind's sort of on the front end of it. So when you start feeling the wind, you know the storm's coming. Well, it would help if... Yeah, still got them on. Don't want to move this big rig down the road without having your beacons on. Alright. Go figure, I'm the first person in the valley to be harvesting sugar beets and potatoes, right? Go figure. Luckily, I left myself a little bit of a headland over here. So, how do I want to do this? What I want to do is, I want to go up one side of the field and down the other is what I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to spin this around to make that happen. So maybe what we'll do is, if we were smart, we would start on this end of the field, huh? Probably get this thing unfolded would help. Yeah, we'll start over here. So I don't have to turn quite so tight. And, is it just B, right? And then V and B. And some kind of cruise control, not 10. Probably that. Got to go kind of slow with this sort of stuff, otherwise it doesn't really work, so. And we're picking up potatoes. Now, where is the actual pickup of this thing? Of course it is. My question is this. Oh, all right. Okay. I am absolutely no good when it comes to this sort of stuff. To this this sort of equipment, this offset stuff, because I'm like, which way should I be going? I sort of feel like I should be going the other way. This is another case of being able to see NPK still in the field because of the fact that when I had to replace my those two files to make soil mod work again. But again, that's fine, you know. Turn. Thank you. Oh, I should have probably picked that up, huh? Should probably pick this up. So we're coming on 30 minutes. Probably what I'll do is we'll make a couple of passes, and probably do it in the cab. It'll probably be a little easier. We'll make a couple passes on this, and then we'll call this an episode. We'll come back for part 2 of this, and hopefully it won't be hailing, because if it's hailing, that's the end of the day for us. I basically just missed the whole row there. What a surprise. Dropped it too late. I should probably, again, I do this every single year, right? I try to do 2 things at once, and I should probably top before I harvest, before I lift, but I don't know, especially in this case with the weather, I really want to get a jump start on this. I don't want to lose these potatoes, so, it would take a very long time to lose them, obviously, but I don't know if there's going to be rain with this hail, if it's just going to hail. I don't want the fields to get all muddy and then have to try to come out here and, drag this big heavy piece of equipment through this stuff. So, it's all a lot of things going, I'm not sure what's going to happen, so I want to get as much done as possible. Having this headland is nice. It's nice to be able to turn around. Yes, obviously, I'm losing a little bit of yield by not going to the edge of the field, but with potatoes and sugar beets, I like to have a little headland to be able to turn around. It just makes everything easier, I think. I sort of get the feeling I should be going the other way. Because obviously I'm missing, I'm missing big areas of potatoes here, so. The thing is, the topper needs to be offset, which obviously can't happen, but that's what needs to happen for this to really work correctly. Well, you know what? I think we'll call it right there. Let's see. Let's pick this up. So that makes a little less noise. We can turn it off. Let's pick that up so that makes a little less noise. We can even turn the tractor off for right now. I'll probably do a little bit of this off screen, but I'm going to try to do most of it on screen, just so that you guys can sort of see it. You can watch me fiddle around with potatoes like I do every year and do it badly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Again, it's racing this hail. It's racing this weather. We're going to go as long as we can before the weather starts, and we have to call this a day, and hopefully we don't have too much wasted time. As always, let me know what you think. I want to thank every single one of you for all the great responses you gave me on the what I'd like to see in Farming Simulator 17 video that I did. Thank you so much. A lot of interesting responses. A couple of things I hadn't really thought about, but are very good ideas, and thank you so much, and keep that stuff coming. As always, any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, anything you guys want to leave on any video, you're more than welcome. You want to hit me up on Steam, you want to hit me up on Facebook, on Twitter. The links to all of that stuff are in the description of every video, as always. Thank you so much for coming, for liking, for commenting, for subscribing. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying your stay. Feel free to get active, leave comments, and ask me questions, or, anything you guys want to do. Talk amongst yourselves, as always. We have a great community here, and I'm really, really happy and proud of it, that I've had some small part in building this. And as always, guys, thanks so much for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.